Hi, my name's Kate and welcome. So I'm just starting out on my YouTube journey. I used to really enjoy creating videos and putting them together when I was younger, and I would post them on YouTube, and I thought maybe I'd try doing that again. I am a clinical exercise physiologist, but I'm also now an amateur rider. I used to ride professionally and work at a large facility, teaching lessons, training horses, competing on horses. I did that for a very long time until I realized that maybe training horses and working with horses on that large of a scale just wasn't for me anymore. So I stopped that, changed careers, and went back to university for kinesiology, and then got my certification in clinical exercise physiology. While I was doing that, I went from riding 5 to 6 horses a day to riding a horse once every month or every 3 months. And it was a huge identity crisis, honestly. But having that break from doing the riding as a profession was probably the best thing that's ever happened to me, because now I've started getting back into the horse thing after my little bit of a break. Not that I ever fully had a break, but compared to what I was doing previously. And it really has brought the spark back and the passion back and given me time to really enjoy what I love to do. There is a bit of danger in making your passion your career. As much as I did love doing it, I do love it much more doing it not so much as a career. I decided what I wanted to try and do is kind of document what I do through the weeks with these horses. I have a great opportunity to ride a number of different horses, and the owners love to take videos. And so what was happening is I was getting a stockpile of all these videos and I was doing absolutely nothing with them. So what I'd like to do is use this kind of as a journal for myself to track how the horses are doing through the months, weeks, years, but also be able to have all the videos put together in a way that I could enjoy them and rewatch them again, and they weren't just living on a hard drive. So I guess that's why I'm starting the YouTube thing. If people want to join in, watch the videos, that would be awesome, but if not, that's totally fine too. So I've introduced myself a little bit. If you guys want to know more, let me know. But for now, that's it. And I'll just introduce you to the horses. The first one is actually right behind me. This is Amigo. This is my own horse. It's kind of not really. There we go. This is my own horse. He's quite a bit older these days, 22 or 21. I'd have to double check. Wow, and bad. Sorry, buddy. So there's him. There's a Canadian mare named Willow, who's in her teens. A paint cross named Scout, who is 7. There's also one of my friend's yearlings. He's a little warm blood Welsh Arab cross named Remy. And there may be a couple others here and there, but those are kind of the main ones. So as I make more videos, I'll probably dive a little bit deeper into each of those horses. But for now, that's how we're gonna begin. So what I plan to do is just take you through my first week, get the video together, see how it goes. I am not good at this, so any feedback is appreciated. And I apologize if I'm awkward on camera. It's not something that I normally do. Anyways, let's take you through the week. Apologies for the lack of light. It's actually super dark right now, which is very sad because it's only 5:30. But today's been so busy, hence why I'm chatting to you from the car. So I had work today, and then I also had to run about half an hour to the vet's to get Amigo's supplement and his Dex for his breeding. Now I am headed home. I'm gonna have some supper, I'm gonna change my clothes, and then rush off to go and ride Willow. So I'll let you go and I'll just finish my drive home. I've made it. So dark. So sorry, ponies. Oof. My goodness. Hi, Willow. Hello, my dear. How are you? Oh my. Hi, Willow. I need 2 hands for this. All right. Start to get the princess ready. right, she's pretty much ready. Just need to bridle, and now we're just gonna find the arena lights, which I think are over here. Dark seems to be the theme of today. They are here. Oop. I think we're good. Hello, Willow. Are you ready? Beautiful girl. It's Wednesday. Apologies for the abrupt cutoff last night. I pretty much put Willow away, went home, had a shower, and went to bed. So today what we're doing is, it's a super rainy day outside, if you can see. So I'm on my way to go and ride Scout. He is the little paint. We're just working on getting him to relax a bit more and try and get him to use his top line. And we've just started introducing fences. But I think today, just with how the weather is and he's had a bit of time off, we'll probably just do flat. If I get any video, I'll pop it in, but if not, I will see you after and we'll do a little debrief. What are you doing, bud? Multitasking at its finest. As you saw in the earlier clip, I do a little bit of lunging with him when I first get on. He's a little bit, I don't know if you would say cold-backed or tense, but he just overall is a tense horse. And if you just get on him and he's not quite warmed up, he starts out very tense and very cranky. So I found lunging him before I got on really helps. All of our rides pretty much consist of the same thing, just trying to get him to relax over the top line. As you can kind of see as he's going around, there's moments where he does relax a little bit and then he just tenses back up again. And it's almost like every time he loses his balance or anytime I ask him something that he's not quite sure about, he just tenses the back, lifts the head, and looks a bit more like a llama than a pony. But he really is actually doing quite well today. Especially in the indoor, he finds it difficult to balance in that smaller space like he does in the outdoor. But we do have some really good moments where he's not getting himself behind the vertical, he's not shrinking his neck to about 1 inch long. Dressage coaches with him always used to joke that it's almost like he had just one single spot on his neck because he would shrink it so short and so tight. But we're finally getting moments where he starts to relax. And I think here what I'm going to do is a halt, and we've been working on these with him quite a bit because, again, anytime you ask him anything, he gets tense. As you can see here, his head is in the air, but I am trying to ask mainly just with my body to avoid him getting too tight. And now here again, I'm going to ask him for a shoulder in at the trot. He does it fairly well at the walk, but at the trot again, as you can see, he gets tense. So I get a few steps, give him a pat, and we go on our way and just try and get him to relax again. Kind of once he gets tense, it is difficult to get him back to relaxing and dropping the head and using his back properly. But here we go, he gets back into it now that we've changed directions. And we go for a walk. Now in this direction, I'm doing a shoulder in at the walk. He finds it a lot harder this way because he really likes to bulge the shoulder out. Good, so he gives a few nice steps at the walk and then I just keep going.
So here he's already done a bit of lateral work both ways in this trot, and he gets really excited to canter. So you can see that his neck is quite a bit shorter here than it was in the previous videos, and that's just him getting a little bit excited. And while he's going around, you can see that my reins aren't tight. There's a little bit of a loop in it sometimes because I'm just encouraging him to reach out for the bit himself. Good, and our transition to the canter, that wasn't too bad, but we really have to do work on those. Well, similar to the trot, he carries his head quite high. I'm working on getting him to relax, use his back, because he is built a little bit downhill, and so he does have some issues with his SI joints. They get a little bit sore, and the more we can get him to use his body properly, hopefully the less his back will end up getting sore. I found that with my other horse that was also a bit downhill. And at the canter, he gets very long and strung out, so we're working on that as well. And I think this is the last clip of the ride. Just let him stretch and walk out. Yeah, it's the end. I'm wiping my brow. And at the end of every single ride, I just want to let him have all the reins, stretch his neck out, because really that's what we're encouraging.
Hi. Hello, hello. I apologize for how choppy this video has probably been so far. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I'm just trying my best. So I just finished work. Typically at the end of my workday, I'm super thankful that I'm able to go to the gym for the last hour. So just got back from the gym, hence the nice sweaty hair. I've gotten myself a mocha, and what I'm gonna do is just watch a little bit of YouTube, relax a little bit after work. The plan today, as for the horses, is pretty much a day off, which is nice. It doesn't happen that often. So I may go up and visit my own horse. I actually just was chatting with someone and have booked him a massage, which is really exciting. You get to spoil those senior horses. Willow today, I'm pretty sure is not doing anything. I'll let you know if that changes. And Scout does have another rider that does get on and ride him around. She very, very unfortunately lost her horse this year. She's been riding Scout, which has been great for her, great for me, just because I am very busy with other horses, and she does a fantastic job. So I might actually take the day and get things done around the house. There's a lot that needs to be done. I might take you along for that if I'm not too embarrassed with how much needs to be done. So yeah, I'll sign off right now, and then I'll come back to you guys when I'm doing my next thing. Bye. Hello, welcome back to my car again. It is Thursday. I just got off work, just got home from the gym, and I'm rushing off to go and ride Willow. And then after that, I'm actually barn sitting or farm sitting for where my own horse lives. So I'll take you along doing the chores there and bringing the horses in. Just to be safe, I'll let you go now, and hopefully try and put a few clips of the ride if I get any. But if not, I'll debrief you after.
So I believe this is the first video you're seeing of Willow. She had some time off over the summer while I was away for work, and her owner had broken her leg, so she is quite chunky and kind of getting back into the fitness thing. One of our biggest issues last year is that I was not able to do what we call the stretchy circle in her dressage test. That's when you let the reins go, let the horse go into the contact so that they're trotting long and low, kind of like you're seeing here, sort of. She's not the best example of that. Because the second that you gave her the reins, she would run off and not just trot extremely fast, but also take off into a canter, a gallop. And it was just pretty much for the entire dressage test, I just had to keep the shorter contact without giving it away. So what I'm working on here is just going between a long contact and a shorter contact. And I want to try and do that every single ride to get it to, so that having the longer contact is more normal for her. Prior to being a ridden horse, she was a cart horse. And so she likes to pull and go as quick as possible. So it's been a long journey trying to train her to go back to actually carrying herself and not just thinking about pulling, which her owner has done a really good job of. And it's been lots and lots of years of trial and error with her. So here she's already done quite a few transitions, and she's in the mindset that she wants to canter. And this is when it gets increasingly difficult to keep giving her the reins. And as you'll see, she starts to get quite strong. and I'm less and less able to give her a longer rein contact. So yeah, I don't think we got any kind of stretching on that circle. Yeah, a little bit of stretching there. Oh, it's actually not too bad. So she really, oh, there we go. I was going to say she was keeping her rhythm quite well, but she scooted around that corner there with the longer contact. So I went back to the shorter contact, collected her again. And I believe we try and get a bit of stretching on this circle here. Yeah. So I'm giving out the reins a little bit. And she's starting to get faster, but I just want to let her have the reins, kind of maybe trot it out a bit here. And then back to the shorter contact. And that's pretty much the entire ride because she struggles with this so badly. And I'm just hoping that through the winter, if I just keep doing it and just keep letting her go on the longer contact, allowing her to become more comfortable with it, be able to balance herself better without me hanging on to her, hopefully by next year, we will be able to actually do even a little bit of a stretchy circle in the dressage test. Here. And unfortunately, her stretchy circle in her test is right after a canter, and that's when it's extremely difficult to get this horse to slow down. So she does have a little bit of head tilting, and I just wanted to see if we could get it on video for the lameness vet that was coming out to look at her, which is why I just kind of threw the reins away into that transition, and she didn't do her head tilting, of course. So now I'm still trying to get her to keep her own rhythm. As you can see, it's getting to the end of the ride. She's getting tired and she thinks that she's going to canter. So she's getting quite a bit quicker, quite a bit strong. She's hauling me out of the saddle. But still, I want to try and get some kind of stretch, even if she's running, so that, again, she gets comfortable with me not holding her, really. I've probably said that 1,000 times already. So when she gets strong, she starts to chomp her mouth a bit at the bit. I'm really not pulling that hard. She just is leaning on the reins there.
So I just finished my ride. Willow was phenomenal. I don't think we got any of the long and low, really good steps on video, of course. But we do have a little bit at the beginning of the ride on video, which I'll show, probably just showed just before this. We were able to get a couple steps both ways where she was on a really long, relaxed contact. She was stretching down and she wasn't feeling like she was just about to bolt or take off. It was a really good feeling. I really have not experienced that with her before. Typically, as soon as the contact gets long, she's gone. And she's very, very strong, so trying to get her back is quite difficult. And she's in a snapple, but I was incredibly happy with her. It was a great ride. I'm going to make some supper. And then once I'm done supper, I'm going to head off and do the chores and get the horses in and feed them. And then I'll be home for the night. So it took a little bit longer than anticipated to get here. My parents needed help lifting some tires at their house. So I stopped in to help them. But now I'm here. It's quite late, as you can see by the dark it is outside. But still pretty close to the time they normally come in. So I'm going to grab the horses, give them food, and get their stalls all ready. Right, let's venture out to the dark. So dark. Hi guys, are you ready to come in? So you can just see Louise blaze. Hi amigo. Hello. Are you ready? Oh boy. Everybody's inside now. All snugged and happy. Hello. So this rascal, you ran through the gate. Hello, sir. I'm gonna get you some more shavings, eh? All right, time to make some supper. chores are done, horses are fed, they're watered. I ended up just folding all their blankets in front of the stalls. I'm not turning them out tomorrow. I'm not sure who is, and I didn't want to hide the blankets away from them. Normally I would hang them up on the little blanket rack. Whoop! Here. But I left them in front of the stalls, make it easier for whoever's turning out in the morning. And just before I go, I realized it's the first time that I've been at this barn on these videos, so I thought it would be super rude not to introduce you to the horses here. So this guy, this is Amigo. So this is my horse. So this is one you are probably going to hear a lot about. He is a wonderful guy. He's an old man these days, but he is fantastic. So that's Amigo. We'll come over here. And the next one is Summer. So I board at someone else's house, and the other 3 horses here are theirs. This is their pony Summer. She does hunter jumpers with their daughter, and she is fabulous. Her and Amigo are besties. And over here we have Louie, and he is, I think, 3 or 4 year old warm blood. So he's pretty young. He's very sweet. Got a little scratch on his nose, but he's gorgeous and just keeps on growing. He's quite tall. And the very last one is the barn mascot here, and this is Rupert. Hello, Rupert. He just lives his best life, really. So that is all 4 of the horses. You probably will hear a little bit more about them as I get going. I'm not sure how much about the owner's 3 horses, but definitely lots about Amigo. So I'm going to just finish double checking, make sure everybody's got their hay and their water, and then I'm heading back home for the night, and I will probably go right to bed. So that being said, I will talk to you tomorrow.